right, so hello again, YouTube. First thing I want to say is praise Jesus. God is so good, and I'm so excited to be a child of God. So I'm going to get into this, okay? So I spoke about a previous dream, and God is good. Jesus is so good because it seems like everything that I dreamt about came to pass in a sense, or it's coming to pass now. So there's something going on, and I just need to blow the trumpets, let everyone know that something's fishy, okay? I'm starting to become very skeptical lately. I mean, I've always pretty much been skeptical, but it's getting worse. So, remember I claimed that I saw a dream 11 years ago. It was a revelation dream. I will link that dream below. And it is the first end times dream I've ever had, and it was 11 years ago, before I ever opened a Bible or traveled anywhere around the world. And I said that I had a dream about a building that looked like, I said a palace that looked like the building from Aladdin. And I mean, I could not have hit the nail on the head more. Now, I've always been suspicious of the Taj Mahal. I've always thought that that was the building that I saw. But it wasn't until literally I looked it up today, side by side. I know. Today, I looked it up side by side, and that has to be the building. That's the building, most definitely. So, and it just got confirmed when I added that video, and all these demonic people, entities, whatever happened, are hating on the exposing of the demons. So that's my job. And also I wanted to say, like, people are saying out there, oh, be careful, don't be scared. Look, God says that we're not supposed to be scared of man. We're supposed to be scared of those. We should not be scared of flesh and blood. We need to be scared of the man who has our eternal soul. He has the power over all that, and that is God. Okay? And the only way that we get to God is through Jesus Christ. So those are the only two that have dominion over me, because that's who I belong to. So I'm not really worried at all, like, about any of that stuff. I'm not worried about that stuff at all. So this is what we're working with, right? So let me talk about some things that transpired that I saw today. So in my dream, I talked about how I saw this red moon, bright red, like scarlet red. And it was huge, like so big, I thought it was going to crash into the world. Like, that's why I went out on the balcony. You see this balcony here? I went out on the balcony. And here's a weird thing. I'm going to show you something afterwards. But if you see where the balcony is, the moon rises from the back. And I don't know why I saw it the other way around. But from me, the moon was rising this way. I don't know, it's weird. It's hard to explain. All right, so I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. Now, I am so frustrated with this building. This Taj Mahal is really ticking me off because it's such a lie and a secret. They're hiding something. And there's something underneath that building. Something is going to transpire, okay? Something's going to happen there very shortly. And like I said, in my dream, I saw it and everything's starting to come to pass. And I'm going to also show you something else that's coming to pass right now. Like, it's like God is so good. So yeah, I was just trying to show, like, in this area is where I was standing in the balcony here. It's a huge balcony. And I talked about how the arches here are so huge. Maybe I wasn't exaggerating. Maybe I was under exaggerating. I don't know. I'm going to put both dreams below, though. The Taj Mahal one, where I talked about that the other day, as well as my original dream. So the moon was even bigger than this. It was even bigger than that. That didn't even have a speck on how big the moon looked. Now, it was bright red like this. However, as you can see, the moon is rising from the back. And that's, in my dream, it was rising from the opposite side. It was rising from the front here, not from the back of the building. Now, so what is the point of all this? The point is, people actually go here only to watch full moons. I never knew this. Like, what is going on with this Taj Mahal here? So basically, this is as of the last 24 hours or less. All this stuff is starting to happen, right? So now they're setting up traveler guides for people to come out there and watch the full moon coming up. And then the full harvest moon, if it didn't already pass, is definitely coming up. So, okay, in this article, so I spoke to you guys about how something's going to come out of this building. And it's really annoying because there's no exact pinpoints. Like, they have like exact pinpoints and stuff on the Egyptian pyramids. But for some reason, this is the only building that's very secretive. Very secretive. They are very protective over this building. If you read the rules in this building, like, it's crazy. It's crazy. They're all the rules. You're not allowed to go on Fridays. I'm going to tell you a few skeptical things. Now, I'm not going to show you guys right now because I got to go do some stuff, but you can look into it. There's a man who takes pictures, right? Very good pictures because, you need a really good photographer to, like, do things the right way sometimes. Because when you take pictures, it's definitely a talent. But at the top of this pinpoint right here, there is a crest from Islam. They practice a lot of traditions that are Muslim traditions, which is very strange. So basically, they bow to the east, of course. What else is new? And Muslims from all over the place come here to worship to the east. Oh. And not only that, but they also have, there's like flowers, lotus flowers and things of that nature. Lotus flowers have a big significance in the occult world. Every, I guess, person within the occult use it for different practices. But let me tell you something I read the other day about the Chaldean flower. And the Chaldean flower is something that I am seeing absolutely everywhere. It could be a Chaldean flower or a Chaldean star. And what this is, there's a lot of purposes for it. But ultimately, it has to do with all that Egyptian garbage and mumbo jumbo. If you do not know what Egyptians believe in, they believe in, okay, listen, in school, we were taught that mummification causes, the reason why that they did mummification in Egypt is because those were their practices. They believed that there was an afterlife and they had to embalm the bodies and so on and so forth. That is a straight up lie, okay? The reason why they preserve the bodies is because they believe that they can bring that person back to life later on. Like, we're talking about mummy stuff, okay? And let's think, if you want to be more logical in your sense, right? And you don't necessarily believe in that mumbo jumbo as far as zombies and mummies and stuff like that, which, honey, I don't doubt it, okay? Look, it doesn't surprise me in today's day. I know I'm from Florida. People from Florida, we got Mexicans that they believe in zombies. We got Haitians that believe in zombies. These people believe in that stuff. They've seen it. I mean, I've never seen it. I don't want to see it. But to each his own, But in a more logical sense, they definitely want to preserve the DNA so that they can use it for their evil practices later on. So if you want to say that too, there you go. The Lord said not to touch anything unclean. Do not touch any carcasses. Don't touch anything dead. It's disgusting. So, one practice that I see very often with this flower, because I'm going to expose them demons, is the fact that they believe in a big conscience or something like that. I don't know. I'm just going to use what I know because I don't. Basically, they say you have a big spirit and a little spirit, right? One of them's like the soul and the other one's like the personality. That's why they believe in mummies and all that stuff, because they say that they can transfer the big soul, right? So the actual soul that connects to the nerves and the awareness and the consciousness of the body, but the personality trait cannot follow. Okay? Now they've perfected it, apparently. And this is not only Egypt that believes this. It's one of the places it derived from because of, obviously, the evil culture. But first and foremost, the Mesopotamia, that's where it came from, hands down. So, basically, you'll see this in Africa, this practice. You'll see this Haiti, Mexico. That's why they have that Day of the Dead. They believe in that stuff. Anyway, I'm sure Brazil, all these places. So, this is what's going on, right? This is what you see. Now, those flowers are all on the outside. Other occult practices use it, aka maybe Illuminati, which I believe the Chaldeans are heavily into the Illuminati, if not the the starters of it. Basically, the lotus flower represents harnessing schizophrenia, like flat out, pretty much. It's having another personality and learning how to harness it, okay? Being a sociopath. I have to expose these demons. So those are found, the lotus flowers, all around the building. And then, so basically this is what every single religion is worshiping, whether they want to believe it or not, is what I'm starting to see. At the top here is a little moon crest for Islam. Fridays are not open because they practice worship. They also have other worship, like pretty much like the Jews. They have worship around the same time. So I'm starting to see what that God. I feel like God is telling me things. Amen. So, in the last 24 hours, did I not find out that definitely that was the Aladdin building that I saw in my dream? Well, like That's a third confirmation now. 2, people go there all throughout the year to see the full moons. And thirdly, listen to this. Do I know what any of it means? Nah, I don't. You know why? Because everything's so secret here. It's so secretive. But I'm going to tell you a secret. It doesn't matter, we got to bring those demons to light. So, right here, they're going to change this historical name from Agra to Agran. Agravan? Agravan. Right? Now I was looking everywhere for what does this mean? Agravan. Do you want to know what the most, one of the most questionable nations to me right now, because I never really paid attention to it, but is the Indian nation. What the heck? Okay? I looked for their words and I can't find their words anywhere. They keep saying that it's some type of Greek, some type of Aramaic, some type of it's like everything mixed together. British. Yeah, I mean, you've got to be kidding me. Chinese. Where do these people come from? Where do these people come from? I feel like this is very important. This area. And not only that, but I mean, I'm telling you guys, so maybe one of you guys might know or might be able to figure it out. Maybe you guys are really good with, what's the word? Geography. Someone said that they were really good with that. Which we could use gifts in the kingdom of Christ, you know what I mean? Help us figure some things out because this government's been lying to us. Also, I want to also talk about December time frame. They're going to be changing the YouTube laws and whatever. They're going to be changing things on here and they're going to be making it more strict. And basically, they're going to be able to control our stuff, which really irritates me because it's the only way that we get true information. So there is a river right next to the Taj Mahal. And I was reading in the Bible. By the way, I was reading King James today in depth. And if you dare read the book of Genesis in King James Version, and not only in King James Version, but actually go in and read it in Aramaic, holy mackerel. So this right here, this lake, or not lake, river, has me skeptical. It's called Yamuna. See, British Library. Why? Why does the Taj Mahal have this? Asia, Pacific, and Africa collections. It's like they're trying to control something. Why does India have all these people on their jock like that? I don't understand. Yeah, so their river is very interesting to me. I don't want to say what I'm thinking because I'm going to start an uproar. I'm not positive. I'm just thinking out loud is all. Look at this. As ivory white marble Islamic mausoleum on the south bank of Yamuna, which is the river, in the Indian city of Agra, which are about to change to Agravan. Why does everyone control this building? This is weird. I'm going to tell you why. Well, what I think. So they're going to be changing this. And they were basically saying that it was a historical name, that that's what it was called in the past. And let's see. So I was looking everywhere. So apparently, if you type in Taj Mahal, it's Aramaic. Very, very fishy. There's some very fishy stuff going on here. Why is it in India? And I try to look up why, like, the pinpoints. Because, like, the area is a big deal. It's probably centered at the spot where moons are most prevalent. And it's an energy source of some sort. You know how weird everything gets. So basically, they received evidence or whatnot that they could change this. It's the district. They want to change the district name. And they want to change it to the front of the forest, I believe is what it's called. I mean, there's not much here. And I saw one little sentence that talked about that. It's so sad. Oh my gosh, I can't find it. But it was one little sentence that said that it means the front of the forest, whatever that means. And they talked about how this is, and wait for it, Krishna's palace, okay? Krishna, what's the other one? Starts at SH. It's the same person. I don't know. I can't think of his name right now. So, here it is. It says, okay. So we asked about the artificial. Okay, so they got the records. This is so fishy to me. Greco-Roman scholar. Why does he always, like, why is there always a Roman present to, why do they always have to confirm something? Can you get someone that's not British to confirm something? Or someone that's not Roman or Greek or European at all? Please. That's all I'm asking. So here it is. Front of the forest. Right here. So that is what the name is going to be. And it comes from the Sensra dynasty, which Lord Krishna was born. Now, here's where everything's going to tie in. Shiva was the one I was thinking of. Apparently, Shiva and Krishna are the same. And this is so funny to me because the Muslims and the Indians are worshiping the same God. And it's funny because those are the people that shut down all the Christians. This is all the stuff that Muhammad did. All that, because they do that levitating stuff and all that. Look, you know what's the weirdest thing? If you watch these videos with these people with these statues of Shiva and Krishna, the statues move. They move. They pour milk on its head and it covers its eyes. And the statues breathe and all kinds of stuff. It's really weird. It's too much. Okay, so basically they're manifestations of this same entity. Basically, it's like a trinity. And this exactly coincides with my tribulation dream. Like I talked about, the satanic trinity I had a dream about. However, they did not look like what Shiva depicts himself as. What I saw was a politician, I saw a woman who looked like a regular woman. She had blonde, short hair. And she was a robot. But nobody knew she was a robot. Okay? No one knew she was AI. The only way that I knew is because she was strong. And I had to put that together like a couple days after. And then the third entity I told you I saw was Anubis, which makes sense, especially with what I'm saying. So this all ties in. All these cultures are worshiping this God and they don't even know it. They don't even know it. Oh, Jesus is such a good God. God is such a good God. So, I also wanted to talk about one more thing. Yeah, they're hiding something. Something big's going to happen. When that big red moon comes, they're in trouble. Now, we know that how the relationships are. I don't know if you do or do not. I do not follow like politics or trades or anything of that nature. It's not really my thing. Some people are really good with that. It's not my forte. Kind of bores me unless I need to know about it. So I'm looking into it, and I mean, Russia and India hooking up together, that is a scary thought. It just is. And I'm going to go here, right? Well, first I want to go here. Now, here's what's quite scary. I can't prove it yet. But when I type forest into I'm going to use King James Version of the Bible. And I go in, right? And so we don't know the geography, okay? So people that like to point to Lebanon and say that's Lebanon, I don't necessarily believe that. I believe that I believe that things have happened in the past and I feel like they're going to happen in the future. And I feel like the things that have happened in the past do not coincide necessarily with the future. I believe that it's symbolic. So whatever Lebanon did back in the day, you can kind of catch a parallel in the future of a theoretical Lebanon, if you will. Or the devil just completely changed everything around so we don't know where everything is. I mean, I don't really know. But so far, I've seen a few contradictions in certain theories of like what people think is what as far as land goes. So I like to keep an open mind when it comes to land because I don't know. And nobody knows, unless God reveals it to us. So it says, he built a house in the forest of Lebanon, right? And here's what creeps me out, because that's what they said. They're changing the name. What did they change the name? To front of the forest. This is a district that they're in where the Taj Mahal is known. I was looking into that. Let me see. Where's that? Bible. So this is like talking about the house in the forest of Lebanon. And all of the vessels in the house of the forest were of pure gold, and nothing accounted of in those days of Solomon. Wow. This stuff is deep. This is something I'm going to have to get in and break it down, even in Aramaic. Because when you break it down in Aramaic, that's a whole nother layer of in-depthness that y'all just ain't ready for. Into the forest with his camel. I mean, the forest of Lebanon. The house of the forest in Lebanon. The house of the forest in Lebanon. And we're in Chronicles, we're in Nehemiah, the king's forest. As a matter of fact, that's pretty scary. The Asaph keeper. I gotta look into that. Because right now, it's called... What is it called? Agra, right? So it's called Agra right now. And here it says Asaph. Don't know what it means? Look into it. A lot of names have changed. Yep. And then this is another thing. You'll see every beast in the forest. Beast in the forest. Glorious forest. That's victory too. I guess the people that are over there that believe in God. All right. So, I mean, I was just trying to show you like some stuff, see what you think about it. Check it out. I got to get deep into that. But look at this, right? So the other part of my dream that I spoke about was Venice. And within the last 24 hours or so, it looks like Venice is starting to sink. It's literally sinking. I saw that this morning. Look, 14 hours ago. This is crazy. In Venice. I saw that pop up in my newsfeed on YouTube and I was like, what? I had no idea. It's getting destroyed. It's starting to sink underwater. It's going bye-bye. This is crazy. 22 hours ago. 2 hours ago. What is going on? Y'all, I think it might be sooner than we thought. I just think we're going to be out of here sooner than we thought. I legitimately had a dream about Venice, and they were up to no good over there. Look, it says an apocalypse happened. Oh, man. God is good, though. We got to pray for these people in these areas, especially the ones who love the Lord. Well, thank you guys for your time. Let me know if you have any questions, comments, or concerns. Keep it clean. Keep it adult, be an adult about it. Something I'm seeing lately is that people are literally becoming beasts. They're literally losing their sense of humanity. They no longer have a mentality of like a human being. People are starting to have very animalistic behaviors. They're very rude. They're very inconsiderate. They're scavenger-like. See people fighting over like in a fast food joint. Like, that's not normal behavior. All that stuff that was going on in California. And then on top of all that stuff, someone decides to shoot up a school. And then shortly after that, you see someone else do it in another state. It baffles me that people are so evil and wicked. This is the world that we're living in today. We can't be here much longer because this world is not for us. It's not. It's at the point where we're just done here. Please pray for Jesus' rapid return. Love you guys. Bye.